Hi, my name is Klinge. My section is 032, and this is my persuasion speech.
Hello, I'm the audience member.
Okay. As an Aggie, we have a motto that reads, Aggies do not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate those who do. I know what you may be thinking as a student after reading that goody two-shoes of a statement. It's not that serious. Just get your grade and get out. AI is not that bad and often misunderstood. However, as a student and a bit of an old soul, I have experienced firsthand the cutoff in younger generations to critical thinking skills in a classroom setting. That's why I think that everyone listening should follow suit. We live on this planet together, and you couldn't possibly function without using some form of technology. So I have chosen to advocate for the reassessment of common usage of artificial intelligence because I have personally been affected by its impacts while attending college. Papers that have mistakenly been called plagiarized, or students resorting to Snapchat help bots to help them with their math problems at such a prestigious university. I want better not just for me, but for my friends and for students who attend this university, because I know how expensive college is and we deserve adequate education. Artificial intelligence, although helpful in some forms we may use on a daily basis, can be destructive in 3 different ways that negatively impact virtual boundaries, workforce function, and the future of education. From troubles of overriding the kill switch, job security risk, the potential for inadequate education, and the lasting effects of said causes, the existence of artificial intelligence is a big problem. However, it could be potentially have a solution with proper training and mandate of legislative boundaries. First, let's talk about the causes of troubles of overriding the kill switch, job security risk, and the potential for the inadequate education if usage on these AI technologies persist. The careless protection of security breaches, ease of technically managed jobs, and an increase in online managed education will all soon be the cause of the destructiveness of AI. There is quite a bit of irony in the fact that we have allowed developers to create a fictional world that is only seen in 80s sci-fi movies. A recent occurrence turns this funny comparison into a scary reality. Kobe Mendoza of the article Medium wrote in 2025, AI outsmarting kill switch codes when experimented on by tech investigators. The company OpenAI, creators of ChatGPT, which we all know, owns an artificial intelligence model that was printing the word, quote, intercepted, end quote, to evade termination, end quote. This is not okay and is really only the beginning of this model's capabilities. We have allowed Pandora's box to be open after initiating the creation of this Oppenheimer-like bomb. Secondly, people-ran jobs are replaceable when you get down to the matter. To a company, it would be cheaper to just stop paying employees and start building machines that have no concept of what clocking in is or what promotions are. According to Luana Lin and Kim Parker, in a 2024 survey from Pew Research Center, about half of workers say they feel worried about how AI may be used in the workplace in the future, end quote. Concerns speak for themselves. Maybe in 20 years we will just all say we were all panicking about the way AI was normalized into the modern world, and there should be no worries about how it's used in the workforce. But current problems cause current concerns. These current concerns need to be addressed by company operation protocols. As far as a decrease in the connection between student and cognizant learning processes goes, Luana Lin of Pew Research Center reports on a 2024 survey examining K-12 teachers in the U.S. for about a month. Lin reported that 25% of those teachers agreed that AI, quote, does more harm than good, end quote. Lin report in education. If we spend our valuable time and hard-earned money on learning, why should we expect any less? The statistics do not have to state that all teachers agree that AI is harmful for you to not acknowledge there is a concern. And why should we not trust the people who got degrees to give us degrees? Now that we've talked about the causes of troubles of overriding the kill switch, job security risk, and the potential for inadequate education, if usage on AI technologies persist, we will now talk about the effects of those very same matters. Once artificial intelligence has the ability to take our kill switches, our jobs, and our educational opportunities, it will impact humanity in more ways than one. In 2025, OpenAI's O3 model showed defiance in 3% and 9% of runs, respectively, end quote. According to journalist Kobe Mendoza, we know from everyday use that artificial intelligence only grows smarter from information that is fed to the machine. When it fails to tell you about the correct year in which the Titanic crashed, you simply tell it, the answer you provided was wrong. Or, can you try that again? This program now knows what the concept of defiance is, so it's not only going to go back to following its original script, I don't know when the day will come, but it's clearly evident that I can develop into a machine where we can no longer stop its answers. Examining the Pew Research Center survey titled Workers of AI in the Workplace, it says 52% of workers with at least a bachelor's degree are, quote, worried, end quote, compared to 48% of others with less education. In turn, these feelings will tell you young people or people who are thinking about getting an education for their careers to just not get a degree because they don't think it matters anymore. The third effect can be analyzed from a research study conducted by a group of university students titled, quote, Impact of Artificial Intelligence on Human Loss in Decision-Making, Laziness, and Safety in Education, end quote. In this 2023 paper, it reports, quote, the importance of artificial intelligence, human laziness is 68.9% loss in decision-making. Loss in decision-making is 25.1%, and safety and security are 74.6%. Standardized test scores are big in Texas, and those scores will go down the drain with data like this. Schools will waste money, and they will have to resort to paying their staff less. Teachers wouldn't even want to work in a classroom where children aren't giving them their full attention. Now that we've discussed the troubles of overriding the kill switch, job security risk, and the potential for inadequate education, and the effects of those same matters, let's discuss the potential solutions for the impacts that AI has on humanity. After these causes and effects of artificial intelligence take place, we are going to need to have to prepare procedures to combat these threats to our world through legislation and compensation in three different aspects. AI programmers and people who invent AI need to be cognizant about the kill switches and overriding AI. Bottom line, when people's lives can be at stake because an AI program sends a foreign president a message that implies the U.S. wants to begin a war, we just can't live like that. A bureau in the United States government would be perfect for a potential avalanche like this. The people who are in established careers need a legislation passed or some sort of boundary that says their services can still be provided, as long as AI does not overstep that line in the sand, only telling it to stick to a small number of tasks. This is the only way that workers will be protected. Lastly, schools need to not only crack down on AI usage in the classroom, but also fund educators at a higher salary. According to the university student-led paper, like discussed earlier, the group concludes that teachers and students should be given training before using AI technology, end quote. With my point proven by research like this, teachers are going to require significant training in AI courses to deal with these effects in order to train their own students in AI courses. They should be met with either free education in that area of their job or a higher salary for having to put more effort than what was given in the past. In conclusion, as an Aggie who most certainly attempts her very best to follow this honor code each and every day, we should not tolerate these AI companies that allow us to do the lying, the cheating, the stealing, and the tolerating those who do. Like I said before, AI, although helpful in some forms we may use on a daily basis, can be destructive to humanity by spiraling from troubles of overriding the kill switch, job security risk, and the potential for inadequate education. Right now, I want you to take a good look at your devices. Take a moment after the speech to examine the apps you have and the information you take in and how often you've been using AI. Do you feel like you can limit some of your usage of AI after hearing the possible impacts? Lastly, are your AI companions feeding you the correct information? Or is it computer-generated misinformation causing a noticeable struggle and that your future could potentially look like this? Thank you.